Welcome to DOLA Tales. Imagine a life where every sunrise brings a cold knot of worry, where dreams are luxuries you cannot afford. This was the bleak world Arthur knew for most of his years, a man with a heart full of grand visions. He dreamed of a prosperous farm and a comfortable home, wishing for a future that was completely free from daily want. But these bright visions remained just that, visions. He spent evenings by flickering lamplight, painting mental pictures of impossible success. Yet when the morning came, he would rise to the same worn-out clothes and the same empty promises of life. Life for Arthur was a relentless cycle of hoping and waiting, a cycle that offered little solace and even less opportunity. His early years were marked by missed chances, paralyzed by a fear of risk that kept him rooted firmly in poverty. He worked incredibly hard, yes, but without direction, without a strategy beyond mere survival in this harsh and unforgiving world. The heavy weight of his inaction pressed down on him, a silent regret that grew heavier with each passing, lonely decade. Then came Leo, his grandson, a bright-eyed boy whose laughter was the only true sunshine in their small, dilapidated cottage. But even little Leo's joy could not shield him from the harsh realities of their existence in this cold world. When Leo fell ill, and Arthur could not afford the simplest medicine, a searing pain pierced right through his old heart. It was a pain born of helplessness, of a love so profound it demanded action to change their destiny forever. This was not just about Arthur anymore. It was about Leo. It was about breaking the chain of scarcity for generations. Driven by this fierce new resolve, Arthur began to work tirelessly, taking on any odd job he could possibly find. Every penny earned, every meager coin, he carefully placed into a dusty old ceramic jar hidden beneath a loose floorboard. It was a simple act, born of a simple belief. Save what you can, and one day it will be enough. He watched the jar slowly fill, a glimmer of hope in its growing weight, believing this was the path to safety. But time, as it always does, marched on. The cost of living crept higher. The price of food steadily increased. He would pull out a handful of coins to buy something essential, only to find that his money bought much less. What once bought a week's worth of provisions now barely covered a day. The money in the jar was shrinking. It was not solving their problems, it was merely delaying the inevitable. The jar was a stagnant pool, not a river. One particularly bleak morning, as he stared at the jar, a profound truth dawned on him regarding the nature of money. Money, like a seed, was not meant to be hoarded in the dark. It was meant to be planted to grow. It needed to multiply, to grow, to bear fruit. Simply keeping it safe was not enough. It had to do something. He thought of the village market, of the simple transactions he saw every day, and what little he actually had. With a newfound clarity, Arthur pulled out every coin from his jar. It was not much, but enough for a start. He did not buy more food or a new coat. Instead, he bought 3 scrawny hens and a rooster from a farmer. His neighbors scoffed, wondering why an old man would invest his precious savings in a few simple birds at his age. But Arthur had a clear vision. Those chickens, Those humble birds were his investment, the seeds of a brand new future. Soon, they began to lay eggs. Arthur did not eat them all. He sold them, carefully, patiently, at the village market. With the small profits, he bought feed, and then, crucially, he bought more chickens to expand his little growing flock. The cycle began. Eggs, sales, more chickens, more eggs. What started as 3 birds soon became a thriving and busy coop. The steady stream of income transformed their lives. Leo had proper meals, new clothes, and a future full of bright hope. When Leo fell ill again, Arthur could afford the doctor without a second thought. The fear of poverty had finally vanished. The jar, once a symbol of his futile attempts at saving, now sat empty, its purpose fulfilled by a better method. The eggs, however, symbolized something far more powerful. Each egg was a potential new life, a living testament to growth. Arthur, a man who once only dreamed, had learned a fundamental truth. A single egg nurtured is better than saved gold. The jar represents safety, but also stagnation. The egg represents potential, growth, and the courage to invest in a better tomorrow. So, I ask you, what are you doing with your seeds? Are you hiding them in a jar, watching value erode? Or are you planting them, nurturing them, and allowing them to grow into something far greater than their initial humble form? Don't just save your money. Make your money work for you. Make it grow, even if you start with 1 egg. Your future self will thank you for it. Break the cycle of stagnation and step into a world of abundance. Take that first step today. Plant your seed, watch it grow, and never let fear hold you back from success. Thank you for watching DOLA Tales. Subscribe for more stories of wisdom and growth. Let your journey to prosperity begin now.